Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear students, today we'll talk about a tool for case-based reasoning, which is MyCBR. In the last lecture, we have discussed case-based reasoning, and today we'll see how we can use this tool, MyCBR, to apply case-based reasoning on any particular problem. So once we have downloaded the program and you execute it, you will see this screen. So here, this is the project tab. Here you will have project, concept, and the other attribute information. Below this, you will either see case base or you will see modeling. Use modeling from here, and we will see the modeling part of the project. Okay. So let's start. First of all, we need to create a new project. Let's call it test project. You can give it any name you like. Save it in the location where you want it to be saved. Now this is the project. The first step in the project will be to create a concept. So I'm going to create a concept of a car. Okay. And now you select this concept, and here on the right side you can see the name of the concepts, and below this you can also have certain explanation of the concept, like this is a CBR for the domain of used cars, and so on and so forth. You can also add any link like wikipedia.org/cars, something like that, right? So you can give basic information. Here, once we will have instances, we will see them here. Inshallah, we'll talk about it later. Okay. So now we have created a concept. The first thing after creating a concept will be to create attributes. We have talked about them in the theory as well. So let's say the first attribute is color, and there are many types of the attribute. Like attribute can be of type boolean, a concept, date, double, float, integer, double, string, or symbol. Let's say I have selected this color as a symbol. Okay, if it can have multiple values, you can also check this one. So now let's add values for this attribute color. Let's say my values are black, red, green, blue. Let's say light red, dark red, light green, and dark green. Once you have added all the values, you will press cancel, and you can see the list of all the allowed values for this symbol, right? Let's add another attribute. Let's call it price, and the type of price is, let's say, float. And for float, you can also give minimum and maximum value, the range of values for this attribute. Let's say minimum is 100 and maximum is 100,000. Okay. So this way you can create all the attributes for the concept. This is the first part. The second thing is to define the similarity measure. We have seen in the theory as well that similarity measures are one of the important aspects of case-based reasoning. So let's try to add a similarity function. So for adding a similarity function, first select the attribute for which you want to add the similarity function, then go to similarity measure. If you have not selected, select the modeling from here. Okay, you should see modeling tab. So for the color, I want to add a new function. Let me call it sim color, similarity for the color. You can have symbolic similarity, you can have ordered symbolic function, or you can have a similarity defined as a taxonomic function. So let's select symbolic first, and we have selected. Now if you double click this similarity function, you will see this is what it has done, automatically created. So the similarity can be symmetric. In this case, it is selected as symmetric. It can be asymmetric, in which case the relationship of A to B is different from the relationship of B to A. So this diagonal will separate the relationship of A to B from the relationship of B to A. We can also define the similarity of color as a taxonomic relationship. Let's say I select similarity color taxonomic. Okay. The type from here, it will be taxonomy function. Click finish, and now if you double click this similarity, now here you will see the color similarity. So we had created different colors. Let's say light color, light red is a sub concept of red. Similarly, dark red is also it can be rated below the red. So the red concept has two child concepts, light red and dark red. Similarly, let's say we can map light green with the green, and dark green, let's say it is more closer to black, so we put it as a sub-concept of black, right? So we can define similarity in the form of a taxonomy or a hierarchy as well. Okay, please keep saving the project, save the project so that you do not lose any information. Okay, so now we can have many attributes, and we can have different kind of similarity functions for all the attributes. Okay, so once we have modeled our domain, the next important thing is to generate a Kspace which will be used for solving any new problem. Okay, so for generating a Kspace, let's first try to do it manually. Okay, so click Kspace, and now here you will have Kspace and instance, right? So now you can create the instances manually, or you can import a Kspace, select the concept, and we can import. We'll see it later. First, let's manually generate a few instances, put them in a Kspace manually, and see how the retrieval works on these instances. Right? So let's add a new instance. Let's say this is car 1. So from here, for the color, if you select any value, you can select it from this link here, change. Here you will see all possible values for this attribute. Let's say this color is of car is this car is of color black, and its price is, let's say, 5,000. Okay. For any attribute, you can either give a value, or you can pick one of the special values. There are two special values. Either it is unknown or it is undefined, right? So for some attribute, if the value is not known, you can select it as unknown, or if it is undefined, you can select undefined, right? So of course we will try to avoid both these cases. We would like to have values for all the test cases to have a complete knowledge base. Let's add another case. Let's say the value of this car is red and the price is, let's say, 5,000. Okay. We can add another test case. Let's say it is light red and the value is, let's say, 60,000. Okay. Create another case, car 3. This is, let's say, dark red and the price is, let's say, 70,000. Okay. Another one, let's say it is yellow. I did not put yellow, sorry. So let's say it is blue and its price is, let's say, 80,000. Okay. And another one, case 5, let's say it is green and its price is, let's say, 45,632, right? So now once we have all the instances, we can put them in a Kspace, right? So let's create a new Kspace. I call it test Kspace, test CB, and you double click it here, test CB, concept is car, and to add instances to it, go to the instances tab, okay, select all the instances that you want to add, drag them to the Kspace. So now they are added here. You can see car 0 is black with price 5,000, car 1 is red with 5,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. So here you should see all the instances in a test case, in the Kspace, right? Okay. So now coming back to similarity, we have defined the similarity measures for the color. Okay. So let's define the similarity for price, and for that we need to go to the modeling tab. Okay. So price, from here let's add a function, similarity for price. The type is, so we have two functions, either float or advanced float. Let's select float function. Here, similarity for price selected, and now here you can see the similarity function. You can define any function that you like, the way you like. So it can be a symmetric function. Let's select for this one an asymmetric function. So here on the left side, it shows the curve for the value of k is less than the query value, and for the right it is the value of a particular case with value greater than the query that we will enter when we go to the retrieval part. Okay. So let's say for the left part it is a constant function, and for the right part, which is for the value of a case greater than the query value, let's say it is a polynomial with 3. Okay, so that we do not like a greater price. To discourage a greater price, let's say we select a polynomial function. Of course, for every measure, for every attribute, you can have a different function. So let's say I have selected a linear function, a constant function for the value of cases less than the query value, and a polynomial case for the value of case having a value greater than the value given in a query, right? So of course for different variables you can try different functions and you can see their results, and how they, they retrieve the relevant cases. Please do not forget to save the project periodically. Save project. Okay. So now we have defined the domain, we have defined the concepts, we have the attributes, we have the similarities of the attributes, and we also have a case base ready, right? The last thing we need we need to do before going to the retrieval part is to define the similarity function for the concept, right? So select the concept, go to the similarity measure. You can select a default function or you can create a new function. Let's say this is a default function, right? Now, if you recall, we have discussed in the theory that we can measure the similarity as a weighted sum, as a Euclidean distance, as minimum, as maximum, or any other function, right? And for every attribute, you will see all the functions that you have defined here, whether you want to discriminate on this function or not. If you select false, this function, this attribute will not be considered in the similarity measures. If you select true, it will be considered. You can select the weight of every attribute. Okay. Let's say we want to give more weight to the price as compared to the color. So I can select, let's say, 2.0 for price. So it will give more weight to price as compared to the color. The color will be given 1 and the price will be given a weight of 2. Similarly, the similarity function. Here you will see all the functions that you have defined. I can use similarity sim color function, or I can use the taxonomic function that I have defined before. Similarly for price, here you will see the similarity of the price function that we have defined before, right? So for the concept, you will define a similarity function based on all the attribute similarity functions, and whether you want to discriminate on the basis of these attributes or not, and what is the weight of each of the attributes, right? So now we are ready for any new case and to find the similarity of the new case with the existing cases, right? We have modeled our domain completely. We have defined the case base. We have all the cases ready. And now let's go to the retrieval part. So please keep saving the project so that you do not lose any information. So now select the concept for which you want to apply retrieval, and the first icon over here is retrieval, right? Go to the retrieval. In the retrieval, first of all, select the case base. So all the case bases that you have in your project, you will see them here. Select the case base, and now here give the value of the color. Let's say I want my new case is a car with red color and the price is, let's say, 4,000. When I start retrieval, now you will see here, okay, you can see the similarity of car 1 is 0.98, the similarity of car 0 is 0.79, the similarity of car 5 is 0.16, the similarity of car 2 is 0.07, car 3 is 0.03, and car 4 is 0.01. Car 1 is the most relevant because its color is red and its price is also very close to the price that we have given, 4,000. Okay, so now we have got these results. Okay. Okay, you can also save your results for future use, or you can change the similarity functions. So let's say, for example, if I want to change model, let's close all the tabs. Okay, let's say I want my color to have more importance. Let's say 5 times it is more important than the price. Okay, okay, I can change it, save the project, and now if I go to Retrieval, I can say, let's say, give me a green car with price, let's say 20,000. Retrieve, and now you will see different cars, right? So you can try different similarity functions for the attributes. You can try different similarity functions for the concept, and the case based will remain same, or you can have new cases, and you can solve the new problems by querying the values and for all the attributes and retrieving the similar cases. So of course, as we have discussed in the theory part, that the tool will help you in doing the hard job of retrieving the cases, and to be able to solve the problems we need some human intelligence to make sense of these results and how you can use them to solve your problems, right? So we have covered all the basic parts of the tool, the modeling aspect, the concept, attributes, similarity functions, the case base, and finally the retrieval part. One last thing I'd like to tell you is how to import the case base, because in your project you will be given a case base and you will import it in your project. You will define the similarity functions for different attributes, and then you will use different queries and see the different combinations of the similarity functions, right? So let's close this project. So let's start afresh. Let's create a new project. Let's call my project as import case base project. Okay. So first of all, you will need to do you will need to create a concept. Let's call it a car concept. Okay. And now select the car concept, and okay, we want to import the case base, so select case base from here. Okay, from the top right, select the case base. You'll see here, create a case base, an empty one. Let's call it cars case base. Okay, and you should see it here. And to be able to import this case base, select the concept, go to case base, import, and the separator, leave them as it is. Choose, select the CSV file. I'll share the CSV files with you, inshallah. Each student will have a different CSV file. Open. Okay, now you will see all the case bases there, all the attributes. This is the complete case base. Next, and here select the case base that you have just created. I had created the cars case base. Select it from here, click finish, and now you will see the entire domain over here, the all the attributes, their allowed values, okay, for different types of attributes. These icons also tell you what kind of attribute it is. This is a symbol, this is integer. You will see F with a float type attribute. This is, I don't see any, anyway. And here you will see the case base. Okay, this is the entire case base that has been loaded. So for every case, you will see the values of all the attributes here. Of course, the concept is car. If you have many concepts, you can also select the concept from here. And now when you go to the retrieval part, you will see all the attributes here. Okay, you can select the case base, put in all the values, okay, for all the attributes. If there are some unknown values, you can put unknown or undefined, or give the values, and then you can apply the retrieval part. Okay, now you'll see all the cars retrieved here and their similarity with the case. right? So in your project, you will be given a Kspace. You need to create the concept. You import the Kspace in your project, define the similarity functions for the different attributes, and go to the retrieval and do the retrieval and report your results. Inshallah, I will send you all the guidelines for your project. It's a very simple project. The tool is very easy to learn. I hope inshallah you can do it very quickly. The Kspace will be given. The only thing is you need to understand the domain. You need to understand all the attributes, define the similarity functions, and do the retrieval for different similarity combinations. Okay. Thank you very much for watching the lecture. Uh, have a nice day. See you in the next lecture. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.